I call this the rule of goose v. gander. In other words, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
You let in, for them, hearsay on the theory that not in for the truth, but explaining the action or lack thereof. That's exactly what we want to do.
Sure.
With the Eddie Lopez stuff. And
Right.
so if it's sauce for the goose, it should be sauce for the gander.
Could be, but again, had I sustained the people's objection to your hearsay, because the ultimate purpose of that, even if it's not admitted for the truth, the ultimate purpose is not relevant. Here, given the opportunity, I would have sustained this objection also, I think, but it's not really before me because you already agreed to its admission. So I know you put me in I'm glad that you're able to stipulate. I'm glad you got something from it. It's a tactical choice. I don't know the tactical choice involved in bringing in bicycle thefts. I think it's not really a big deal compared to homicides, but there it is. I don't know why you stipulated to it. You did.
Your Honor, and just very briefly, because it is important. When we brought these issues up, and we had conversation after conversation on this, the defense and myself and Mr. Balian, what we told the defense is listen, there are certain objections that were granted. They were granted at a conditional examination. Some of those you might win, some of those you might lose, some of those we might win, some of them we might lose. What you are gaining out of this is that in the end, you're going to end up having these witnesses come in here, and it's not going to get any worse. That's number one. Number two, they're not going to be coming in to actually testify, and so you will not have the dramatic, in essence, you're going to be able to basically treat it, even though the jury's told, it's a lot less dramatic. That's what we're giving up. Both sides, we negotiated back and forth. So when he says goose versus gander, etc., no, here's what happened. They made a tactical choice to agree to this. They were given the stuff to review. We repeatedly went through it. They agreed to it. They now have decided, gosh, you know what? We don't like it. And so we'd like to take back the agreement that we made. And the other thing they're trying to do is they somehow want to equate, even if you wanted to believe any of that, which doesn't make any sense, they're going to equate a stolen bike with Karen Mantello, that coming in, which obviously, as we all know, there's not one juror on the planet who's going to go, wow, Bob Durst took a bike temporarily 40 years ago, I guess we're going to convict him of murder. They want to compare that coming in to, again, we want to bring in naked hearsay for the truth of the matter asserted, in essence, that Kathy was seen after she is dead, even though we turned down all the offers that have happened. So the problem is they agreed to it knowingly, tactically, specifically, and credibly. That's what they did. And number two, they had the opportunity, which again, for tactical reasons, they did not want to bring in. Because as they are aware, and as the court's aware, we would have impeached Eddie Lopez and Vittori every which way but sideways.
But that's not the issue now. The issue now is after you've made these transcript redactions, after you've made this video, after you've made an agreement, should we now stop and not allow this testimony about the bicycle theft?
Well, how can that?
I mean, there's a stipulation. I accepted the stipulation. Yes. I think we're done.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ron.
That's it. So overruled for the reasons I state, not because your analysis is wrong. I agree with your analysis, but they're overruled. Okay.
We will not, by the way, the bicycle theft, I can assure Mr. DeGuerin, it will not come up in argument. It will not be something that's brought up after the witness testifies.
Do you want me to strike it?
You know what? I'm willing, if it's that big a deal to Mr. DeGuerin, Your Honor, although it's going to come in, you can instruct the jury that the bicycle theft, whatever you want to say, for this one particular issue, because it seems to have importance to Mr. DeGuerin, which I do not honestly believe is truly important. This is just a means to try to relitigate the elevator operator stuff.
What page? You cited to it before.
Can we swap the bike for the elevator operator?
Wait, did you?
email.
Can we swap the bike for the elevator operator? Maybe don't put that in.
Wait.
Okay. I'll take that as an off the record comment that was inaudible to all, except I imagine he might have made a joke.
So,
Okay.
are you saying that you're going to instruct the jury to disregard it? 'Cause we're not going to be able to edit it right now, but
Right. Where is it?
I'm looking. Did you have it, Dick?
Is that, can we read this, the exhibits now?
Yes.
Rather than bore the jury, we'll put it on the record now.
I'll look for it.
Your Honor, I have in my hand a 5-page document. This document is an exhibit sheet. It correlates the exhibits played in the struck conditional exam with the exhibits we're now marking for notification of trial. It's going to
Okay,
mark.
may I have your voices lowered, please? In the jury box, voices lowered, we're on the record.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
We had a total of
Jury
54
box custody.
exhibits played during struck. 2 of those were previously admitted during this trial. The remainder are going to be marked for identification. People's 57C through People's 57B, B, B. People's 57C is a 3-page document. In the video, it was defendant's N. People's 57D is a 29-page chronology. In the video, it was defense O. People's 57E is Struck's 87-page notebook. In the video, defense P. People's 57F, 116 pages of telephone records. In the video, defense Q. People's 57G, an 18-page missing persons report. In the video, defense R. People's 57H, 115-page case file. In the video, defense S. People's 57I, a 225-page transcript. In the video, defense U. People's 57J, a 63-page transcript. In the video, defense V. People's 57K, a 75-page document. In the video, defense W. People's 57L, a 2-page article. In the video, defense X. People's 57M, a 2-page article. In the video, defense Y. People's 57N, a 1-page transcript. In the video, People's 60A. In the video was People's 61. That's a magazine cover previously marked in this trial as People's 18. People's 57O, 1-page transcript. In the video, People's 62A. People's 57P, 2-page report. In the video, People's 63. People's 57Q, 1-page notes. In the video, People's 64. People's 57R, 1-page report. In the video, People's 65. People's 57S, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 70. People's 57T, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 71. People's 57U, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 72. People's 57B, 10-page report. In the video, People's 73. People's 57W, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 74. People's 57X, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 75. People's 57Y, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 76. People's 57Z, a 2-page document. In the video, People's 77. People's 57AA, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 78. People's 57BB, 2 pages of notes. In the video, People's 79. People's 57CC, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 80. People's 57DD, 1-page report. In the video, People's 81. People's 57EE, 2 pages of notes. In the video, People's 82. People's 57FF, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 83. People's 57GG, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 84. People's 57HH, 1 pages of notes. In the video, People's 85. People's 57II, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 86. People's 57JJ, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 87. People's 57KK, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 88. People's 57LL, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 89. People's 57MM, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 90. People's 57NN, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 91. People's 5700, a 2-page document. In the video, People's 92. People's 57PP, 2 pages of notes. In the video, People's 93. People's 57QQ, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 94. People's 57RR, 1 page of notes. In the video, People's 95. People's 57SS, 2 pages of notes. In the video, People's 96. People's 57TT, a 2-page document. In the video, People's 97. People's 57UU, a 1-page report. In the video, People's 98. People's 57VV, a 3-page report and notes. In the video, People's 100. People's 57WW, the dig note. In the video, People's 101. What was played in the video as People's 8 is a 2-page report. It's previously been marked in this trial as People's 20, D as in dog. People's 57XX, a 1-page transcript. In the video, People's 102A. People's 57YY, a 4-page article. In the video, People's 103. People's 57ZZ, a 1-page transcript. In the video, People's 105A. People's 57AAA, check to Margaret Struck. In the video, People's 106. Finally, People's 57BBB is a 2-page Wikipedia document with notes. In the video, People's 107A.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Those documents may be so marked. Somehow that was reminiscent to me of an episode on C-SPAN where a U.S. senator addressed an empty gallery. Focusing on the speaker, you'd never know that Congress was not present. But you did a remarkable job of reading those, and I commend you for that. I do accept all of those. Now, as far as our video, it looks like page 11 through 14, line 16. Can we stop the video or and fast forward?
Can we do that? Yeah, it's also covered on cross a little bit.
Yes, on page 41 and 42.
We could, I mean, however the court wants to handle it.
Let's wait tomorrow.
40, if you take out the other part, 42 doesn't even, 41 and 42, it's insignificant.
Okay.
Without, it doesn't use the word theft, it just seems to not make sense at all.
We could play it real quick right now and get the time code of when it starts and stops, and then just pause it and fast forward to that time code. Would that work too?
Right, I mean, to the extent that somebody's,
Sorry.
just don't pass out transcripts on this either.
Right, we can't give out transcripts.
Yeah, and Mr. Miata, I realize that this was, here you've, I think this is the first examination that we're presenting and we're gutting it.
That's okay.
Okay.
To be fair, Ron, there are many famous actors who, their big role, they were cut out in their first one.
Great. How long is it?
So no transcript?
Why don't you do cranes instead, and we can. How long is cranes?
Brains is 20 minutes.
But that's getting into Susan. Whatever.
Stop, they don't need transcripts, it's on.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What time is it? 4?
Well, I won't have to finish.
Your Honor, we have some stipulations to read as well. Before that.
All right. Tell them, signal when we can seat those jurors.
You need headphones.
copy we'll mark for the court, then we'll redact out the relevant portion, so the record's clear of what was played and what wasn't played.
Okay. So
He's gonna handle that while I'm reading these.
all right, so do we, shall we bring in the jury?
Yes.
We can have our jurors.
We are well ahead of schedule, just so the court's aware.
How far?
No, we're not really that far in the schedule.
And what does schedule show us as our completion date?
When does it end?
When are we gonna done? With the people's day?
If I had to guess, I think we have a chance to finish our case. We'll finish our case sometime in July.
Right now, the end of June. I'm sorry, the end of July.
And it might be a little bit sooner, we'll see.
Okay, end of July, and then defense would start August.
Where's the DVD?
It should be in the.
Alternates are present. People versus Robert Durst. Mr. Durst is here with Mr. DeGuerin and Mr. Chesnoff. Mr. Balian and colleagues are present. And first you have a stipulation between the parties that you're going to read.
Yes, and outside of the presence of the jurors, we've marked all the exhibits, and they will get that in form later.
We spared you the labeling of 57C through BBB. You'll have a little chart that will help you when you deliberate.
Okay. May I offer some stipulations, Your Honor?
You may.
Okay. So the first stipulation I have, may I mark this as People's 65, I'm told, is the next. Is that, Madam Clerk, is that correct?
Well, stipulation 61 is people 65. Is that it?
No, I'm marking it as People's 65. It's stipulation of 5.
Okay.
All right, this is People's 65.
I have you at 64.
64, because we just labeled
I have 64 as the itinerary.
64 is the itinerary, that document that we saw earlier. Okay, so it's 65?
Yes. Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
The parties stipulate as follows. The Social Security Administration maintains records of benefits applied for, benefits received by, and requests for name changes. There are no records of any benefits applied for, benefits received by, or requests for a name change for Kathleen Durst, Social Security number 134429057, from the date of her disappearance to the present.
Okay, thank you.
I have another stipulation. May I mark this as People's 66?
And the parties stipulate to 65, agreed? Mr. DeGuerin? Court accepts the stipulation, he's nodding. 66?
I said agreed, you didn't.
I'm also impaired. My hearing's
Oh.
impaired.
Thank you. The parties stipulate to the following. Defendant Robert Durst was the primary account holder for American Express account number 3713-839-619-93004. In 1998, an additional card was added to this account by the primary account holder under the name of James Closty. The Social Security number listed for Mr. Closty was 134429057. The additional card was removed from the account on June 26, 2002. So stipulated?
So stipulated.
Court accepts
Yeah.
stipulation, thank you.
Next one is People's 67, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Social Security number, I'm sorry, the first Social Security number you read is 134429057?
First one is 134429057, and that's the
Yes.
same Social Security number on the second one.
Second one is the same Social Security number.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Next stipulation?
The parties stipulate as follows. James Closkey did not give defendant Robert Durst permission to add his name to defendant's American Express account. James Closkey also never knew that defendant added Mr. Closkey's name to his American Express account, nor did he know that defendant ordered an American Express card on defendant's account under Mr. Closkey's name.
So stipulated?
So stipulated?
Let me confer with you.
All right, thank you. Court accepts the stipulation. Next.
May I mark the next one as Peoples 68?
Yes.
Counsel, do you stipulate as follows? Party stipulates that there is no record amongst the documents maintained by the U.S. Department of Customs and Border Protection of a Kathleen Durst ever entering or exiting a U.S. port, either by land, by air, or by a seaport, at any time from January 31st, 1982 to the present. The U.S. Department of Customs and Border Protections maintains such records in the normal course of its business operations. The parties further stipulate that Kathleen Durst's Social Security number is 134-429057. Her date of birth is June 15, 1952. Her maiden name was Kathleen McCormack. The Los Angeles Police Department and New York State Police have conducted an extensive search of all available law enforcement and public databases in each of the 50 United States to locate Kathleen Durst, aka McCormack. Kathleen Durst was searched for under her name and date of birth, as well as her Social Security number. Based on these searches, there is no record that Kathleen Durst / Kathleen McCormack has ever been arrested, convicted of a crime, placed on probation, placed on parole, placed on supervised release, been jailed, been the requester or recipient of a restraining order, or been wanted by law enforcement from 1982 to the present. Based on these extensive searches, Kathleen Durst / Kathleen McCormack has not applied for or received a driver's license or identification card from 1982 to the present, nor has she updated her address or personal contact information to any Department of Motor Vehicles from 1982 to the present. Based on these searches, she has not registered a vehicle from 1982 to the present. A comprehensive search of all available public records and publicly available databases in the United States was also unsuccessful in locating any reference to or any type of activity related to Kathleen Durst / Kathleen McCormack from 1982 to the present. These databases contain over 30 billion records. These searches included, but were not limited to, databases that would have shown whether Kathleen Durst / Kathleen McCormack had ever applied for or received credit or had any activity reported on her credit reports, had any address or employment changes reported on her credit reports, applied for or obtained a telephone number or updated contact information related to a telephone number, obtained services from a public utility, registered with a public utility, updated contact information with a public utility on an existing account, owned, bought, or sold property as reported by tax assessor records, applied for or received a professional license, registered as or applied for corporate status, or been the officer of a corporation, made any corporate or partnership filings, obtained or applied for a weapons permit, applied for a hunting or fishing license, been involved in any civil court judgments or liens, or been reported deceased by the Social Security Administration. So stipulated?
Stipulated.
Court accepts the stipulation.
Yes. Thank you. Are we ready to start? All right, I have We have the next witness. We could start. Is witness Karen Mantello. It's a conditional examination video stipulated.
How many minutes?
It's 43.
Your Honor, if the court wants, we could, if we ended up leaving a few minutes early, we could end up addressing some of the issues that we discussed on the video over the weekend. That might make it a little more.
So why don't we, do you want to, let me first remind the jurors about stipulations. The people on the defense have agreed to certain facts. That means they both accept these facts as true. Because there is no dispute about those facts, you must also accept them as true. So I think it's fine for us to start on Monday with this. Make sense? That's your
Meaning
suggestion.
We'll stop now?
Pardon?
Meaning we'll stop now, or that we'll...
Is that what you're proposing, or do you want to?
No, I was going to say, Mr. Milius can address those changes to make them a little more seamless
If we start on Monday.
on Monday.
Right. So, that's a request that we
Mr. Milius is a perfectionist, so it's not like...
Yes, may we start on Monday, please?
I appreciate how direct you are,
Thank you.
Mr. Balian.
We'll stipulate it.
Okay, once again, the attorneys have agreed. I know that you see a lot of contentiousness, but behind that, there is a spirit of agreement to what can be, to those things that, to which people can agree. So this is good. So
We don't want to deprive our jurors of these last 15 minutes. They look like they really...
No, I know. They need to wait till Monday. They're hungry for more. We'll get them to develop a little appetite. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going off for the weekend, and I wish you a safe and healthy weekend. Of course, the admonition not to tweet or use Facebook or other social media to communicate about the trial. Don't converse among yourselves or with anyone else on any subject connected with this case. Do not form or express any opinion on the case. Don't talk about it or any of the people or any subject involved in it with anyone, including the other jurors. Do not make up your mind about the verdict or any issue until after you discuss the case with the other juries during deliberations at the end of the trial. So with that, we'll do our best, level best, to start at 9 o'clock on Monday. I'm now excusing you. Department 1 is adjourned.